Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. I of course am just another heavy metal maniac, and today I am just doing another album review. Today I'm going to be going over the latest offering from Swallow the Sun entitled Shining. So this is the 9th studio album from this Finnish melodic death doom band. I really enjoy pretty much everything this band has done up until this point. I think their debut album, The Morning Never Came, is an absolute masterpiece of death doom. And yeah, I enjoy pretty much every album this band has released up to this point. I thought their last album, Moonflower, was pretty killer. So I was definitely anticipating this new album because, again, I really like this band. And so I was definitely anticipating this album. And I hadn't heard any of the singles like before this because I usually don't listen to singles before the album drops because I don't want to, I like to listen to the album when it drops in full. I don't want to listen to the singles because I feel like it's kind of like opening a present under the tree before Christmas Day. I just kind of don't want to do that. But anyways, so I listened to this album, and I'm gonna say right off the bat, like, this album was a disappointment. Like, this is one of the most disappointing albums I've heard all year, and I wanted to like this album because I do like this band, but there's just a lot of things about this album that I really just kind of don't get into. I'll start off with some of the positives. The vocals in this album are great, both the harsh vocals and the clean vocals. The dude's got a great range, and he sounds really good. And there are a few songs in here that I think are good. It's still got good riffs here and there, like What I Have Become, which was the second single that was released for this album, I believe. I think that's a pretty good song. I really like that one. Cold is a good song. I think that's probably the most aggressive song on here. I like Cold. I think that's a pretty good song. And there's other songs here that have decent moments here and there. Again, it's got decent riffs here and there. But for the most part, this album just really does not sit with me at all. For one, I don't like the very polished production of this album. It's very, very clean, very modern sounding, and I'm not a fan of like really clean, really polished production. And that's the case with this album here. And usually I can look past like super polished production if the music is really good. But a lot of the music on this album I just did not really enjoy that much. For one, this album is like mostly clean vocals. Like, there are growls here and there and like harsher vocals, but it's mostly like 80% like clean vocals. And again, the dude's voice isn't bad, but with a lot of these songs, it feels like they're just going for more accessibility with this album, really, to put it bluntly. Like, they're trying to go for these giant chorus hooks and these great big, sing-along moments, and it's just, a lot of these songs, they're very poppy, and I hate to use that word, but yeah, they're just really poppy. And honestly, a lot of the songs on this album remind me of like a bunch of the bands that I don't like. Like, I was thinking of like Spiritbox while listening to this album. It's like, I should not, like, Spiritbox should not be the first band that comes to mind when I think of Swallow the Sun, alright? This is like sad, morose, melodic death doom. This is not, the pop metal core garbage, This is like, I did not like this. I don't like the real poppy energy on this album. Again, they're just kind of going for big hooks, big choruses, and yeah, it's just not very good in my opinion. In terms of the vibe on this album, like, it still kind of has that very sad, kind of somber, depressed, morose vibe that you would expect from Swallow the Sun. Like, it's still here, even though this album is definitely lighter, it's definitely going for more accessibility. That depressed vibe that you expect from Swallow the Sun is still there, but I just feel like it doesn't hit as hard this time around because, again, they're trying to be so much poppier with this album, so it just really does not hit as hard for me. Yeah, like I said, this was like one of the most disappointing albums that released this year for me, because I do want to like this album because I do like this band, but I just don't really like this album at all, honestly. So yeah, for me, if I had to give this one a rating, I'd probably give it, as much as it hurts me, I can't give it any higher than like a 2.5 out of 5, leaning closer to a 2 than a 3. Yeah, I really am not big on this album. Again, there's some decent songs on it, and like, I don't think it's like absolutely terrible, but I hope that they are able to correct the trajectory that they're going for with this album, because it's not very good in my opinion. Like, I don't know, hopefully by the next album they'll realize that maybe they're going for a bit too much accessibility, and they'll get back to what they're really good at, which is just, some of the heaviest, darkest, most depressing Def Doom you ever heard. So yeah, whatever, I guess the future is uncertain, yeah, well, really not much else to say. That concludes my review of Shining, the newest album from Swallow the Sun. If you enjoyed this review, consider leaving a like on it. Leave a comment down below. Tell me, do you agree with my thoughts on this album? Did you like this album? Did you not like this album? Let me know down in the comments. Do consider subscribing as well, because I do have a lot more content coming your way. And like I said, that about does it. I'm just another Heavy Metal Maniac, of course. I'll see you all sometime in the future. In the meantime, all of you take care and have a great day. So long.